Hi everyone, this is Lauren Malhoit with the NCMABU, and in this video I'm going to be showing a demo of the basic constructs in CliQr. So we'll start with the dashboard. I can see the main things that I want to see right off when I first log into Cisco Cloud Center. So we have active VMs by either cloud or application. I don't have any active VMs right now, but we'll see some later. I can see the cloud status. I'm signed into 3 different cloud regions here. One being Amazon, which is of course a public cloud, and then of course my VMware ACI clouds, or private clouds really, that are on premises in various regions. So I have 2 different regions shown there as well. I can see the recent deployment status. These are deployed applications, sometimes maybe just a VM, but more often than not, an entire application. I can get usage summary based on licensing, my actual Cloud Center licensing. I can also see VM usage over time. I'm using one of my VMware ACI clouds more often than the other one. I'm not actually using the Amazon in this case. I can see cloud costs by application. So I have CentOS deployed somewhere, and right now my total is $4.50. I can also see cloud cost by cloud, get any notifications, and see VM usage by application over time. So we can see the OpenCRT application has been deployed and it's in use by that red line. The Pet Clinic one is up there, and again, different versions of the OpenCRT application. Now we're going to start down here with the Admin tab. Actually, we're going to spend most of our time in this video in the Admin tab, kind of going through the simple concepts and things that we need to create before we can actually start deploying applications and managing the life cycles. So let's just show system tags real quick. This shows that we can add system tags at any time. In this case, we have dev, prod, and stage. You could have various levels of these system tags, and later on we'll see where these system tags get assigned. And the system tags actually govern which cloud region, for example, the application will be deployed to, and what kind of security is attached to that. So we can very easily just create these tags, and then that will automatically assign regions and security. We also have tenancy within Cloud Center. I can very easily create tenants, subtenants, and these are Cloud Center tenants, not necessarily ACI tenants. Although we are able to integrate ACI tenants, and I'll show that later. Tenancy can be great for, of course, your typical use cases for cloud, that isolation factor, if you have separate clients or separate, again, if you're doing separate kind of dev prod type of tenancy. But we can also do bimodal IT using these Cloud Center tenants, right? We can have our legacy applications be in one tenant and our new applications be in another tenant. And with CliQr, then we can also manage that migration as we move off of those legacy applications. And it makes it very easy for us to do that. And of course, continue that lifecycle management once again. With CliQr, we of course have role-based access control, so we can have these various roles, we can create new roles, and then assign users to them. And of course, we can have local users, but we can also use Active Directory and the like to create these users as well, and get a sort of single sign-on feature as well. Let's click on services here. These are all the services that both come with Cloud Center, and also some new ones that we've created. As you can see, we see the name of the service and which category it belongs in, like load balancer, networking, etc. Makes it easier to find later. We can give it a brief description, and interestingly, we see cost per hour. So we can actually associate a cost with these services, and then our end users or our customers will see how much they're using it and how much they owe perhaps to the IT team or the data center, or however you're managing that cost per cloud usage. If I click on images, I can see all of the images that I've created. These are like templates, right? They can be just a VM, let's say, CentOS or RHEL or what have you, but they could also be these operating systems with applications baked in. So you could get very granular on which services and which apps are allowed within these images, depending on where you are in your journey. So you can keep it very general and make it really easy to deploy a VM, or you can build out a whole image. It just kind of depends on what your company is looking to do. We also have a marketplace up here. Let me get out of the admin real quick. There's a market where we can see our apps. There's public or private. So public's available to everyone, not just within your company, but within, all of the Cisco Cloud Center clients. And then you can also create your own private marketplace. Within here, we get applications that can be included within our images. All right, let's go back to our admin. And the last thing I want to show here in this video is the cloud section. So as you can see, like from our dashboard, we have an Amazon cloud as well as a VMware ACI cloud with, of course, two regions, that CliQr Demo DC1, CliQr Demo DC2. So those are two different regions in which I'm running one cloud, right? We could, of course, do this in Amazon too, but we just have the US West region set up. This gives us an area to see our clouds and all of the regions, kind of like the dashboard, but we get a little more information from this, like IP addressing, whether it's running, etc. One thing I would like to show is that it's really easy to add a cloud. You just give it a name, And it is really easy to add Cloud Center services actually for the Cloud Center team. So if you have a use case for a different type of public cloud that isn't included here, that can also be added in, and more clouds are being included all the time. So we'll just cancel that. I also wanted to show adding a cloud account. Again, I can simply give it a name. I can select whether to track cloud costs if I like. If I'm using vCenter, most likely I am in this case because that's what we support right now. Azure is coming soon, very soon. vCenter username and password, of course I need that. Here's where I talked about including information about the tenant for ACI. So I simply toggle Cisco ACI on. I give it the APIC endpoint address. Again, username and password so I can connect to it. And here I can actually select the tenant. So whatever tenant I'm using in ACI, I simply type that here, and all of my deployments for this cloud will use that tenant. The VMM domain, of course, there is VMware NSX support. It's not as integrated as ACI is, but at the very least we can deploy applications, deploy VMs to previously created security instances or areas within the NSX infrastructure. But of course, those things would have to be created in NSX in advance. And that's all for this video. We'll go on and go through actually creating applications and deploying applications in another video.